light white linen coats. Normally they would be heavy woolen coats, but all forts from Fort McHenry south were allowed to wear the light white linen coat because of the intensity. But usually they'll be wearing dark blue coats.
Badass, dude.
Once you get through the first hour, it's okay because it builds up a perspiration on your skin, and they're all natural fibers, so that allows the air to rush through, and it's almost like an air conditioner. Almost.
Also, your ammunition. You like the candle? Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Ft. McHenry. Soldiers and sailors that have taken the water battery in front of you will be conducting heavy artillery drill. Something they're going to do every single day throughout the summer until they can move that 2-ton naval gun in and out, load and fire it within 60 to 90 seconds. They need to be able to get a broadside in under 2 minutes if possible. To be able to do that, they have to work together as a team. They have to practice. And every man must know not only his job, but the job of everyone else on that gun crew. For 2 reasons. So that if someone is making a mistake in the loading and firing process, they can call attention to it. After all, if you do not load your gun properly, it could go off prematurely. You do not wish to kill yourself, you wish to inflict damage upon the enemy. Second of all, in the course of an action, you may take casualties. You may be called upon later on to fulfill not only your role, but the role of 1 or 2 or 3 other individuals. So it is imperative that you know your job backwards and forwards and that of every other position on the gun. The lieutenant, the man with the 1 epaulet on his left shoulder, is currently forming the men to assign a gun crew. Sergeant with the red sash, the highest ranking NCO, is assisting him. These men can expect to spend 6 to 8 hours every single day engaged in drill. Both small arms, muskets, you saw them marching down with, and artillery. After those 6 to 8 hours of drill are finished, they will then engage in fatigue duties, maintaining their weapons, polishing their brass, looking after their uniforms, fetching the wood, the water, whitewashing bunks, scrubbing the floors of their barracks, or anything else their non-commissioned officers or officers would like them to do. They are going to have very little time to themselves. They certainly aren't going to be on furlough or have passes to go into the city in the evening. They will live their life every day to the beat of the drum, which will tell them when to get up, when to go to bed, when to fall in, and how to march down. With alacrity, sir. Very good. Forward! Up! Mark your ground! Up! On the right, to the right, hey! During the Battle of September of 1814, there were over 1,200 men here at the fort. Members of the United States Navy, United States Army, and the Maryland Militia. They would be formed by company and then by platoons and sections and march to each of their guns like so, and then move in. Their gun is an 18-pounder, weighs 2 tons and fires a solid 18-pound iron ball. It's the exact arrangement that you would see on board a ship. Heavy garrison guns on batteries such as these would look identical to shipped guns. They would not just need naval personnel, but Army personnel to be familiar with those types of guns as well. You have a 36-pounder here on the end and 24-pounders up in the fort. Cannonballs do not explode! So an 18, 24, or 36-pound iron ball might not seem that dangerous compared to what the British will be hurling at the fort. 13-inch, 200-pound exploding bombs. However, when they fire that cannon and that 18-pound iron ball goes screaming down range, its initial muzzle velocity is over 1,800 feet per second.
That's pretty good.
That's around 1,100 miles per hour. Maximum range is 1.5 miles. At about 1 mile, that ball is going to strike the surface of the water, but it will not sink. Has anyone ever taken a rock and skipped it across the surface of a pond or a river? An 18-pound iron cannonball hit the surface of the water at about 1 mile and skip for another half mile. So it's not going as fast as it was when it was first fired, but it'll still do some damage. Now, what are ships made out of in 1814?
Wood.
Wood. If that fleet is anywhere within 1 mile, especially within a half a mile, what do you think a solid 18-pound iron ball going about 1,000 miles per hour is going to do?
Shred
Nice
it.
hole in it. More importantly, if they're really close, these guns will be aimed up at the rigging. If you look at all the guns, you can see all the ropes and riggings required to move just one gun. Imagine the tens of thousands of miles of rope and the thousands of blocks used to maneuver those sails, to handle the spars, the rigging, the sails. One solid broadside from the fort, over 60 heavy guns, into the upper rigging of a ship could disable it very quickly. Because those 18-pound, 24, and 36-pound iron cannonballs will slice through ropes. They'll shatter the wood blocks. They'll tear holes into the sails. And then pretty soon the captain of that ship is more worried about sailing it than fighting it. Plus you have to have sailors up in the mast handling those sails. So you're not only damaging the rigging and the sails, but you're also killing those valuable sailors. So you can knock a ship out of action fairly quickly throwing broadsides above the deck.
Mr. Bailey, we're at your pleasure, sir.
One live round.
Very good, sir.